everybody, welcome to Gotnix Gaming. Amp1Way here with you on this lovely evening. It is a Tuesday night here in Western Connecticut. I am having a lot of fun here. It is the day after Christmas, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, and I want to thank you. This is kind of a channel update. We're going to play a little bit of a game here, and I'm going to kind of chat away. This is City Islands. It's just a game on the Mac that you can get free. We got to kind of go and build stuff and blah, 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 right? So we're in Gone Greenlands here, and we're going to kind of build our stuff and whatever. We're going to go build some houses here. I think I can build a beach hut, can't I? I need 6 gold. Do I have 6 gold? Probably not. I do. I have 50 gold, actually. Yeah, so we'll build our thing right there and let that go. 770 cash and 3 stars. We're going to get up to level 2 soon. Activate to unlock Island Bounty Breeze. Yeah. And this one here is $10,000 cash. So anyway, this is kind of like a channel update video. 2017 in review. Plans for the channel coming up. Things like that. Stuff to talk about. I will be looking over at the board every once in a while. I have a whiteboard that I wrote some stuff on. Kind of stuff for me to go over to talk about and things like that. So we will look at that here and there once in a while. I have 30,000 cash. I do have a lot of cash, actually. We'll build ourselves a resort right here. Bam, with that kind of build up. Got some roads going on here. And free game, something just to kind of play while we're talking here, and something that's not going to be too distracting while I'm trying to pay attention to talking to you guys. So I wanted to start off with 2017 in review. So just kind of reviewing what we did for 2017. We did some MLB The Show. We did some Horizon Zero Dawn. We did Madden, of course, which is kind of what I always do. I don't want to spend my gold right now. We did Madden, and then we did a lot of 7 Days to Die. Did some stuff on the Mac. Always doing stuff on the Mac. It's kind of what we do. Playing a bunch of games, and we kind of really made a nice jump and hit. And let's just let me see anything. I don't want to expand right now. Made a nice hit with 7 Days to Die. Kind of really give the channel a little bit of a boost, per se. Especially around patch 10 and patch 11, whatever else. Now patch 12 and patch 13 is out, and I've noticed that things are starting to kind of drift back down from the hype that was obviously 7 Days to Die. People aren't playing as much. There hasn't been any updates recently or exciting updates about it recently, since the summertime at least. And it's just one of those things, you know, games do eventually kind of lose their interest, and I don't really want to have a 7 Days to Die channel, although that's kind of what we've turned into as of lately. Only because I've had so much fun playing the game. It's one of my favorite games. But we definitely want to kind of work on things in the future and see where we're going to go with that, right? We're close to 1,000 subs. We're about 943 or 44 is the making of this video. I definitely want to hit 1,000 subs at some point. That's obviously the goal here. And again, it doesn't have to be something huge. I don't need anything ginormous or gigantic. Level 3, 60,000 cash. I don't need a huge channel. I'd be happy with like 10,000 subs and like 1,000 views per video, just enough to kind of pay the bills for the channel, right? To buy new games and things like that, and keep things interesting and whatever else. But we are going to do some exciting stuff here as far as the channel goes. So 2018 now is coming up. It's going to be the new year very soon, a couple days from now, and we're going to definitely have to consider doing some new stuff. Like, it can't just kind of rest on what we've done so far and try to keep interest or garner interest further in the channel. Like I said, I can make it a 7 Days to Die channel and probably grow it based upon that as we keep adding stuff and things like that, but it's not where I want to go. There are other games that I like to play and other games I do want to play, and that's definitely something to kind of consider as we go forward that I want to do, right? So we're going to make a little road here. I'm going to bring this road out here. Can I go? I can't go down to the beach. So that's probably as far as I'm going to go with that. And we'll drop that down. So definitely want to grow the channel a little bit further and everything else. I do have a Discord for the channel. You can look up Discord and Got Next Gaming, things like that. You can probably find. I definitely have the link down in the descriptions of all my videos for the Discord. There's a New York Jets one, there's a 7 Days to Die one, there's a general one. Kind of wanted the Discord to kind of take off a little bit more. Again, we don't have a very big channel. It's a small channel, small community, so the Discord doesn't really get a lot of attention per se. Hiring a couple of trees to line the road over here, make it look all pretty. So with the Discord, like I said, it's just kind of a way of chatting with you guys, or getting to know you guys and being able to keep in touch with everybody, so that we can kind of garner more interest in the channel and keep this community growing and stuff like that. It's kind of where I wanted to go with that. I don't want it to be, again, so huge that I can't keep up with it. It's not something I'm interested in at all. I do have a full-time job and all that. I've mentioned it before, and I'm very happy in the job that I have. It's got great benefits, great pay, and things like that. This is a part-time effort for me, for the YouTube, but it's something I enjoy doing, and I enjoy the feedback that you guys bring, and getting together with you guys and playing and stuff like that. And I did do a live stream with multiplayer for 7 Days to Die on the channel, and I definitely want to do that again. It's kind of been a little bit tough for me to kind of get that schedule working. I do have two young children, and they do require a lot of attention, and I am a family first kind of guy. Comes before anything else that I do in my life. It's always going to be that way. There's just nothing that's going to come in the way of that as far as I'm concerned. It just doesn't make a difference to me. Any other way, I mean, that has to be a part of my life. I won't have it any other way. So that comes first. So it kind of makes things kind of suffer here, but I do have ways that I can keep in touch with you guys, and definitely keep like the Discord and the comments and things like that. I try to respond to every comment that I possibly can, and keep it as engaging as possible, right? I just want to be able to engage with you guys and stuff like that. And that was the idea behind the multiplayer. I definitely want to bring that back and keep that going. Definitely something for sure we're going to work on. 2018 plans. I'm going to phase out the sports games. I'm not going to do the sports games as much. I tried NBA 2K18. It got absolutely no interest for me whatsoever. There was a couple of views here and there. Probably some of my diehards that you guys kind of hang out with me all the time. You just watch every video that I put up because you enjoy me. And I appreciate that, but it's not enough to put the effort into it, right? And I enjoy playing those games, and I still play the game on my own separately, just not part of the channel, right? Madden seems to kind of be on a downgrade as well. I don't think people are as interested in Madden as they used to be, because the game just hasn't really changed much over the years. There's nothing drastically different about it. I did the whole long shot series. It did okay views wise. It didn't do anything fantastic. It wasn't something that was like off the charts where it was like, oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I mean, I enjoyed it. I definitely did. I thought it was a great addition to the game, but it wasn't absolutely, like I said, off the charts, blowing people away kind of stuff. So, I mean, from that point of view, it was an okay thing, right? And then like my Jet series is always one of those things I love to do, but I'm thinking that it might be time to kind of move on from the whole Madden thing at this point. It takes a lot of time and effort to do Madden. I have to play the whole game, record the game, takes over an hour to play the game, and then I edit it down to this like 12 to 15 minute video of just like highlights and me commenting over it in like a commentary play style, highlights, whatever, and it a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it. I am a huge Jets fan, New York Jets fan. Unfortunately, they're not one of the greatest teams, but I love the team, and it's something that I kind of like have a passion about and enjoy doing. I want to continue doing it, and I don't know for sure yet. That's kind of going to be down the road into 2018. I've kind of fallen off of it this year for sure. Again, because it takes so much time and effort to put into those videos that it's a lot of cutting and editing and stuff like that, trying to find the clips to put together. And although I know how to do it, it just takes a lot more time. So I put a total of, no joke, probably about 3 hours worth of my time into making a New York Jets video. Whereas when I do 7 Days to Die, I'm commenting over as I'm playing. So I record with like an hour's worth of gameplay, and then I'm able to cut out sections of it where I'm not talking, or I'm just kind of transitioning forward to a point in time where I've picked things up, right? and it makes it a lot easier. I take it, I cut it up at that point, and I put an hour and 20 minutes into that, or an hour and a half. So I've saved myself a whole hour and a half of recording and things like that as well. So it's a huge difference from what we're doing and things like that. It's just, like I said, it's one of those things. I love doing it, but it's not something I'm going to be focusing a lot going forward. I definitely want to focus on some new and more games and more exciting games, kind of like new emerging stuff. I've always enjoyed indie games like RimWorld, for instance, and Software Inc., which I've played on my channel before. I definitely want to bring RimWorld back. It's into beta now, and it's a beta 18 version. I definitely want to bring that back to the channel and see what that can bring us, and just to kind of see what we get from it, right? See what we can do. I've always enjoyed playing that game. It's one of my favorite games. Along with Software Inc., I'm hoping they come up with a new update soon that I can kind of dive back into that as well. And something that we can kind of get interested in going again as well. I started doing kind of like a tutorial how-to Software Inc. video, and I just fell off of that too, again, because it's so much time that goes into it. It's very hard to do, to maintain. One of the things I did definitely do this year, a couple days ago, about a week ago, I've partitioned my Mac, and I've added a Windows partition to it so that I can start playing PC games that I miss out on. There are games like There Are Billions and Fate to Silence, which I was offered to play. I didn't have the partition at the time to play it. I didn't have Windows at the time to play it. Hold Your Own, which is on the Windows. Space Engineers. These are all games that I find very intriguing, that just aren't available on the Mac operating system, right? And that's one of those things that you have to kind of deal with playing on a Mac. I do have the platform of the console with the PS4, but again, when it comes to games like that, I try to avoid AAA games. The bigger channels, the guys who have millions of subscribers, they're going to get the views for that. And although they're fun to play, they're very expensive to buy. Number one, of course, because it's a AAA game, right? So you spend $60 on it, and you don't get a lot of views for it. And let's face it, this is kind of like a mini business in a way, right? Do I make money out of this? Absolutely not. I do it, again, for fun, as a hobby, because I enjoy doing it, and I want to grow a community of gamers because I love to game, right? And I love bringing what I do to you guys to watch and enjoy. And you do. You give me great feedback, and you guys are fantastic. The small little community that we have, I think, is a lot of fun, and I want to, again, try to focus more on things that are going to be more interesting to the community that we have going here so far. So, like those survival type games and things like that are definitely things to kind of keep an eye on and watch for in the future. Yeah, There Are Billions, Survive the Nights, Fate to Silence, Hold Your Own. There are a lot of IO itch games, itch.io. I mean, there are a lot of fantastic and fun games on there that we can play. I know they just brought one of them over called Raft over to Steam, which is now early access. And again, I want to get a lot into the early access games and the indie games because they're a lot of fun. And you have these indie developers who are working on these games, and it's their passion and everything else. And it's kind of like me sharing their passion as a passion of my own, right? I just really enjoy doing all of that, and I want to continue doing all of that. So looking at that, I mean, we're going to stay away from the AAA games for sure. Again, now that we have the Windows partition, it'll open up a whole new avenue of games for us. I want to consider doing 7 Days to Die on the PC side, the Windows side. I can play it on the Mac, and I have played it on the Mac. I haven't put it on the channel, but I have played it on the Mac. But I want to play it on the Windows side. I even want to start my own kind of like 7 Days to Die server. Again, time consuming and things like that, and cost prohibitive and whatever else. All of these things kind of factor into that. It's something to kind of be aware of, you know? So yeah, I mean, that's kind of like where we're at with that stuff. I mean, any ideas that you guys have, anything you want to see per se, I mean, let me know. It's just, you know, I'm always up to ideas and suggestions and feedback. I love all that stuff. We kind of have to make this a thing that we do together. There'll be a lot more games, a lot more variety as far as that stuff goes going forward for the games. Again, because now we can play on Windows. We do have the Mac, which is available too to play games. And, of course, the PS4 console games that I find on there, I'll definitely be putting together and putting up here as well. So super excited about all of that. Kind of like just a little bit of a blurb of what's going to be happening in the future with the channel as we go forward, to grow stuff, to grow the community for sure. And just again have some fun, you know, and try some new stuff. But I mean, that's kind of like where we're at with it for now. And again, just to thank you guys for all the support you've shown and what you've brought to the channel is huge. You're going to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I want to see the channel grow from there as well. Make it a little bit bigger, you know. But like I said, 10,000 is a nice number. Does it have to be exactly 10,000? No. If it goes to 50 or 100,000, I'm not going to complain by any stretch of the imagination. But I want to keep it to a point where at least I can interact with you guys and not lose sight of what I'm trying to do with the community. Make it something that, like I said, we can all enjoy and get involved in and have some fun with. There are a lot of great games that are coming out down the road, and I definitely want to dive into some of that stuff to bring it here, to review it, play it, just have some fun with it. I'm not really a reviewer type. I don't like to review stuff. I don't consider myself an expert in any way. As far as that goes, I don't think I have the right or earned the right to do that, despite the fact I've been playing games for 30 years or so, but more than that. I've been playing for more than 30 years, 35 years, let's say. Since I'm a little kid myself, you know, I'm 44 years old, so even more than that. I've been playing these video games since I'm like 7 or 8 years old, all the way back to the Atari 2600, Space Invaders, you know. So, but I mean, it's kind of where it's at, and again, it's just it's all you guys that make it happen, and that means a lot to me, and just as a thank you. So yeah, you know, leave the likes, share the videos, put it into a playlist of liked videos that you have. It'll help expand the channel. It'll help bring awareness to the channel. Share it with your friends. Like the videos, the views always help. It kind of bubbles things up to the top of that YouTube algorithm that is so hard to crack. I don't care about the ad stuff, things like that. I've heard other YouTubers talking about turning off the monetization for the month of January. I may consider doing that because, I mean, really, I make, what, $5 from all of it, honest to God. You know, like, what am I going to get out of it? What am I going to possibly lose out of it? Just to kind of make YouTube understand that, you know, we're important to them. They need us just as much as we need them, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. And if I turn off the monetization, they'll feel that in their pocket. They get a lot more out of it than I do, for sure. And it's just one of those things, right? You got to kind of stand together and be strong as a community. And as a small content creator, it's kind of important to not let them lose sight of what we are and what we mean to them, right? But that's enough said for this. Thank you guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what's on your mind, and I'll see you around the channel. Bye bye now.